And welcome back to the Hot Lap. Fresh after the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, we're going to be talking the Max Verstappen's penalty and was it fair. Martin Brundle does give his opinion, as does, surprise, surprise, Christian Horner. And they're slightly different. So what we kind of glazed upon in the Abu Dhabi race review, we're going to go a teeny bit more in depth. So here is the start. You can see Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen. And you'll see Max Verstappen then go on the inside and bring Piastri absolutely round. It kind of looked a bit more like a racing incident from this view. Let's have a look at that again, shall we? So, to be fair to Verstappen, he gets an absolutely amazing start. But here now is in the braking zone. It's kind of like a dive bomb. You can see there's the corner there. Piastri, to be fair, when you go on Piastri's on board, he doesn't even see it coming. And they then collide. Verstappen's pretty much, his dive bomb has forced him actually almost entirely off the track. And then he hits Piastri. And to be fair, is there anything any of them can do? That's the issue. I doubt it. It really doesn't appear that there's anything either of these can do. But he got a penalty. So why did he get a penalty? Well, when you look at it from the other angle, this is on board Max Verstappen. You can probably see why it's a penalty. From there, you're like, oh, it's just a bit, But from here, which I thought was quite interesting. On board Max, okay, as we know, he gets an absolutely amazing start. Now we're beginning to brake for the what is the left-hander, and it's. Let's play it at full speed, and you'll see it is a complete dive bomb. So there we go. Max Verstappen gets away really, really well. There's Oscar Piastri, his target, let's say. Yeah, and it's like, there we go. He just sticks his nose in, and it didn't really happen. And he was quite lucky the way he got spun around, and he ended up finishing sixth. So now, one more time, Max Verstappen, he gets the launch. It's quite the nice launch, and it's around here where he then decides to dive bomb Oscar Piastri. Here we go. Look there, and he's not even wholly alongside. He's not ahead of the apex, whatever rule you want to go. But then he realises, possibly Verstappen hasn't seen him. It is a bit of a dive bomb. He almost goes completely off track here. To be fair to Max, there's nowhere else he can go. But he's put himself in that situation. And yeah, he's just, understood and obviously hit Piastri. So from that point of view, absolutely, I think it's going to be Verstappen's fault. Let's have a look at it though. This is Oscar Piastri's view, and here he goes. Look, you can't even see him. I doubt even Oscar knew that Max Verstappen was even there. To be fair to him, so let's talk about Martin Brundle's thoughts about it. So he doubled down on his belief. This is from PlanetF1.com that Verstappen was not smart, calling the stewards stupid idiots. What do you mean, pray tell? Well, listen to this.
Can we ask for 20 seconds? Stupid idiots.
Can I ask for 20 seconds? Stupid idiot.
Stupid idiots.
Yep, let's keep playing that one.
20 seconds? Stupid idiots.
That was after his pit stops. I get it, he's a bit cross, but no, that's not something you really say, is it? That is a bit silly. And that's where Martin Brundle doubled down on. The outburst came in relation to what was that opening corner collision with McLaren's Oscar Piastri when Verstappen dive-bombed, whatever you want to call it, a desperation lunge inside Piastri, knocked him over, and this was all when McLaren were trying to get their first Constructors' title since 1998. Now, the stewards deemed Verstappen wholly at fault for the incident, issued him with a 10-second penalty, a punishment that clearly we all knew that wasn't going to go down well with the Red Bull champion. The outspoken Red Bull champion. Could we ask for 20 seconds, he said. Stupid. Yeah. Verstappen came back that's what he came back with the radio after his penalty. Now, the Sky F1 commentary duties at the time, Brundle criticised Verstappen's response, saying it was just not fair to say. And in his Sky F1 column, he expanded on that viewpoint, claiming it was not a wise move from the 2024 champion. I kind of agree, a bit silly. And there's a reason why. McLaren needed all their experience and calm when at the very first corner of the race, Max Verstappen sliced his Red Bull inside second place man Piastri, and they made the contact, both heavily losing out, with Piastri falling to the back, Brundle wrote. He carried on by saying Verstappen claimed he was fully alongside. He wasn't. Perhaps Piastri could have left a bit more space, but then, as we just seen, I doubt Piastri, and even Martin says, did he really see that lunge? Now, Senna famously said, if you don't go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver, but Max didn't need to take that 50-50 risk for either of them. After he received the 10-second penalty, angry Max in the car called the steward stupid. IDI OTS, which is not fair or smart. Did I even spell that right? But it's not fair or smart of him at all. But calmer Max after the race went to apologise to Oscar and McLaren. Well done. That's the Max Verstappen we want to see. I don't mind him being outspoken, calling the stewards names. No, not good. But Verstappen said he tried to back out the way, but wasn't able to avoid contact once he decided on it. So, yeah. He said, my launch was good, and then I tried to grab the inside, and I quickly realised once I committed to it that the gap was closing, and I wanted to try and get out of it because I didn't want to naturally, of course, crash with Oscar, he explained. And he said, but unfortunately we clipped each other, but I already apologised to Oscar. It's not what you want to happen, especially not with him. Okay. He's a great guy, but it happened, and it was unfortunate. The thing was that when you're in that position, you're focusing on the car ahead. You commit. Yes, he was very committed. Too much. When you first start first or second, you never look behind. So I went for it, and then I realised, oh, he doesn't see me here, so I was trying to get out. When asked by PlanetF1.com about the Verstappen-Piastri incident, McLaren boss Stella explained the positive aspect of that collision as it allowed McLaren to display their strength on their way to securing the title. He said, the first thought I had after checking corner one is that it felt unnecessary, yes. He said, when you have the teams fighting for the championship, it's the pinnacle. It's the time to harvest the efforts of a season. That felt a little unnecessary, but sometimes adversities give you the opportunity. Adversities. Wow. What is it with me and the spelling today? Adversities give you the opportunity, he said, to show strength. And I think that's exactly what happened today. But Christian Horner has a slightly different opinion. Yeah, Horner has questioned the need to broadcast certain radio messages after Max's rant. He said, as we know, Verstappen penalised about 10 seconds, and after he took the penalty, he was a bit naughty, but Horner was asked if he shared the same view of the stewards, and he told select media, including Motorsport Week, I'm sure in any sport, there will always be frustration from players and sports people in the heat of the moment when you've delivered a message about a penalty like that. In other sports, if footballers had microphones on, I'm sure there'd be a few choice words as well. Horner then asked if his stance had changed since 2016 when he criticised former employee Sebastian Vettel for slamming the stewards. 8 years ago, Horner said, in any sport, what you can't do is abuse the referee. Oh dear, Horner. Oh no, they found you out. What's changed since? So, Horner, you can hear major backpedaling, I think, at this point. So 8 years ago, Horner said about Vettel having a go at the referee. In any sport, what you can't do is abuse the referee. What's changed since? Motorsportweek.com asked, circumstances change, but drivers don't. Sometimes I do feel it's very unfair, Horner explained. And we all hear drivers rant and rave. You know, we hear team principals rant and rave occasionally as well. That it is a little unfair at times. I mean, it's one of the benefits of the access given. You would never find a camera or microphone in a football or rugby chat. Well, you do now, let's be fair. Microphones in their face before they get on the grid. No, you don't. When they get out of the car, it's unique, and sometimes not every message is necessary to be broadcast. The issue is the message came after the penalty, after he'd done the penalty. So unless he just found out that was the penalty, he had, let's be fair, best part of half the race to calm down. I think that's the issue. It hasn't just happened for me. I could be wrong, and if I am, I profusely apologise to the Verstappen camp, but he shouldn't be saying it anyway. We all... so many people watching this, and they always use the sports thing, the adrenaline, as an excuse to be naughty and sweary. Okay, clearly, Christian Horner's never worked in the supermarket at Christmas, for example, which I know maybe some of my viewers do. Over the counter, and people can be the worst, but you don't swear. When you're at work, things can get so frustrating. But you don't swear. Even in the heat of the moment, you still have adrenaline there. So one argument could be, if you at work can do it on your calls, if you're taking complaints, if you're a sales company, I mean, all of us have been put in positions where it'll be so easy to swear, but we don't. Go there. Using just that example, no, I don't think they should swear. They should swear. I'm sorry. Especially in the press conferences. There's no excuse for that. On the track when something happens, okay, I kind of get it, but I don't know. I'm being really unfair, maybe. Yes, quite rightly, we're not going 100, 200 miles per hour, but you don't get police officers openly swearing in public. Their jobs, I'd argue, are just, if not more stressful, like firefighters as well, and paramedics. I'm just saying, for clarity, for playing devil's advocate, so to speak. But there we go, Christian Horner. I mean, yeah, and this is also a view shared by Fernando Alonso. Took offence at the way he's being portrayed through the F1 broadcast. Worst car ever, worst traffic preparation ever, was a frustrated radio message. Next time I'll do the outlap myself. He criticised FOM for televising. Well, then don't say it, Fernando. Don't say it's the worst car ever. And then they won't broadcast it. I had some positive thing to say as well. But they have to sell the I'm the grumpy guy. Well, you are sometimes, Fernando. GP2 engine. They tried for many years and they were not to see. I mean, even Hamilton's grumpy over the radio and has a lot to say. They broadcast that. You know, you screw me over, man, etc. It is what it is. You know it's going to happen, so don't say it. Verstappen made sure to apologise to Piastri after his crash, which we saw, which I thought was good. Anyway, I'm so sorry if you don't agree with me with that. It's just something I was thinking about today, about swearing and penalties, and how many people watching this are put in, I guess when you look at their heart rate, probably equally stressful situations, but don't manage to swear. So, if you made it to the end though, please give us a subscribe. Hit that notification button below. That will be fantastic if you can. If you made it to the end, you are a world champion in our eyes. If you made it to the end and gave us a like or comment, you're a double world champion. Thank you, stay safe, and we will speak to you soon.